And I want to start out with a little song that's almost as old as the Great Miners' Union. It's about 60 years old. It's called Keep Your Hand Upon the Dollar and Your Eye Upon the Scale. I want to dedicate it to all the check weighmen here. Because this song came out in the days when they were fighting to get an honest weight when they dug that old coal. And they used to sing, a miner's life is like a sailor's board a ship to cross a wave. Every day his life's in danger, yet he ventures being brave. Well, watch those rocks, they're falling daily. Careless miners always fail. Just keep your hand upon the dollar and your eyes upon the scale. Oh, Union miners, stand together. Heed no operator's tale. Just keep your hand upon the dollar and your eyes upon the scale. Now soon this trouble will be ended. Union men will have their rights. After many years of bondage, digging days and digging nights, then by honest weight we labor. Union workers never fail. Just keep your hand upon the dollar and your eyes upon the scale. Oh, Union miners, stand together. Heed no operator's tale. Just keep your hand upon the dollar and your eye upon the scale. Now, in conclusion, bear in memory, keep this password in your mind. God provides for every worker. When in union he combines. So stand like men and link together, and victory will soon prevail. Just keep your eyes upon the dollar and your hand upon the scale. Oh, Union miners, stand together. Heed no operator's tale. Just keep your hand upon the dollar and your eyes upon the scale. I want to do a little song now, if I may, written by a fellow from Beech Creek, Kentucky. I don't know if anybody's from there now. You may not know who he is, but you sure have heard of some of his songs. 16 Tons is one. Merle Travis, son of a coal miner. He wrote to the Mine Workers Journal one time when they asked him how come he got to write these songs. He says, father was a coal miner, Beech Creek, Kentucky. And he says, I have known the fruits of strikes, the bitter and the sweet, hunger and music. Who deserves more credit than the wife of a coal miner? Mother was one. She never complained about the hardships that were hers in abundance, lighting the coal oil lamp long before daylight, cooking breakfast for her children and her husband. Taylor, my oldest brother, wrote Merle Travis, would come home and get washed up. How well I remember the galvanized tub set in the middle of the floor, the big black pot of water poured in, the steam, and then enough cold water to make it just right. When I'd watch him wash the black coal dust from a little rose tattoo on his arm, I longed for the day when I could work in the mine and have a tattoo. He practically broke every rib in his body in a mine accident, and it changed his whole life. Where Merle Travis learned about the mines from his brother and his father, And he wrote a song besides 16 Tons called Dark as a Dungeon, which I think tells a little bit about the life of a coal miner. Come and listen, you fellows, so young and so fine. Seek not your fortune in the dark, dreary mine. It will form as a habit, seep in your soul, to the stream of your blood as black as the coal. For it's dark as a dungeon, damp as the dew. The dangers are many, and the pleasures are few, where the sun never shines and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. There's many a man I have known in my day who lived just to labor his whole life away. Like a fiend for his dope or a drunkard his wine, a man will have lust for the lure of the mine. For it's dark as a dungeon, damp as the dew. The dangers are many and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. I hope when I'm gone and the ages will roll, my body will blacken and turn into coal. Then I look from the door of my heavenly home and pity the miner a-digging my bone. For it's dark as a dungeon, damp as the dew. The dangers are many and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. I want to sing a song. I want to dedicate this not to a person but to a thing, if that's all right with you. I got a little thing here called the United Mine Workers Journal. You know, it's a funny thing. I think probably in 1891 they probably printed it the exact same way. And even though it's got what they call in the printing business the old-fashioned style, the strange thing is it's probably the best read paper, labor paper in the whole country, maybe in the whole world. Now, I never dug any coal, but what I learned about the miners' union, I just read the UMW Journal all the time. And one of the things, of course, I learned, and not only that, but I saw the monument that the United Mine Workers put up in Ludlow, Colorado. I want to dedicate this song, if I may, Tony. I want to dedicate this since it's up around the same mountain area as Montana. It's probably about 900 miles away. But it's in that general region, as they say out west. They have a lot of distance. Not too many people, but good people, and a lot of distances out there. And I want to dedicate this to this coal miner from Montana, Tony Boyle. And I also want to dedicate this song to Mother Jones, who was an old coal miners' leader. She lived to be 100 years old, Mother Jones, and at the age of about, I guess she was only about 70 or so, 80 some. She went out to Ludlow, Colorado during the great strike out there. And I read here in the Mine Workers Journal, Mrs. Mary Thomas at the 50th anniversary in 1964. She told a story how she went to see Mother Jones, who had given me advice many times what to do. Mother Jones came to my tent often. They lived in these tents out there, thrown out of the company houses. She had tea with me. And I said to her, but Mother, they always called her Mother, Mary Jones, lived to be 100 years old. Died in 1930. I said to her, but Mother, we have won a good many things, a good many points. But she said to me, you ain't got a damn thing until you got union. This is one of the songs coal miners. Comes from a fellow named Woody Guthrie from Oklahoma, who read about this story and he wrote this song. April 20th, 1914. It was early springtime when the strike was on. They drove us miners out of doors, out from the houses that the company owned. We moved into tents up at old Ludlow. We were so afraid you would kill our children. We dug us a cave that was 7 foot deep. We carried our young ones and a pregnant woman down inside that cave to sleep. That very night, you soldiers waited until us miners was asleep. You snuck around our little tent town, soaked our tents with your kerosene. You struck a match and the blaze had started. You pulled the triggers of your Gatling gun. I made a run for the children, but the fire won't stop me. 13 children died from your gun. I never will forget the look on the faces of the men and the women on that awful day when we stood around to preach their funerals and we lay the corpses of the dead away. Our women from Trinidad, they hauled some potatoes up to Walsenburg in the little cart. They sold their potatoes and they brought some guns back, and they put a gun in every hand. The state soldiers jumped us in the wire fence corner. They did not know we had these guns, and the redneck miners mowed down those troopers. You should have seen those poor boys run. We took some cement, we walled that cave up where you killed those 13 children inside. I said, God bless the Mine Workers Union. And then I hung my head and
I want to dedicate this to fellows not here today. But when I was with the Rubber Workers Union, I was the education director. I worked with a young fellow named Tom Owens, who was John Owens' older brother. And they used to say, you scratch a rubber worker and you find a coal miner. Because when I used to read the proceedings, we didn't go back to 1890, I'm sorry, just to 1935, because CIO didn't come around till then. And you can't tell if it's a mine workers convention or a rubber workers convention because they open up with the mine workers band and the speakers, the mine workers leaders. As a matter of fact, maybe John was over there then, I don't recall. But one of the speakers was, I remember, John L. Lewis. Came to the Armory. It's probably the greatest meeting ever held in Akron. And he talked to them about organizing, and I'll never forget his final words after making his great speech about organizing. He says, I hope you will do something for yourselves. Man. Like only he can, you know. And man, they went out and organized Goodyear, Goodrich, Rubber, and all those places. Black and white, everybody. I want to sing this little song, Company, everybody. I also worked with the textile workers for many years, so I know a little bit about company towns. And none of the textile workers used to sing, you live in the company houses. You go to the company schools. You're working for the company, according to company rules. All drink company water. We all use company light. Company's preachers teach us what the company thinks is right. I just want to read this little bit here from Merle Travis on how he got to write 16 tons. His old man, they used to listen for the whistle all the time. And a lot of times it just didn't blow. He said, my daddy never saw real money. Some of us remember that. He was constantly in debt to the coal company. When shopping was needed, Dad would go to a window and draw little brass tokens against his account.
They could only be spent at the company store. He used to say, I can't afford to die. I owe my soul to the company store. There were 2 coal mines in Beech Creek. One was called number 9, number 5, the other number 9. You were lucky if you worked the number 5 because number 9 had a low ceiling, which made it harder to dig. And he used to sing like this. He made a, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. Oh, my soul to the company store. Well, I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. Picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss, he hollered, well, the bless of my soul, you load 16 tons. Why do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. Oh, my soul to the company store. Well, I was born one morning in the drizzling rain. Fighting in trouble are my middle name. I was raised under canebrake by Mama Lion. Can't no high-tone woman make me toe the line. You load 16 tons. Why do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. Oh, my soul to the company store. Well, if you see me coming, step aside. A lot of men didn't, and a lot of men died. I got a fist of iron, fist of steel. If the right one don't to get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons. Why do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. This is the great coal miner song, and it's called We Shall Not Be Moved from West Virginia. If I happen to be in the right key with any of the bands here, why, just come on along with me and everybody can sing it. It's a great old walking song, talking song, and picket line song. And if you got a pretty good leader, you can always work in his name, you know, and it goes, we shall not be moved. Try. We shall not be, we shall. Let's hear those old Baptist tenors. That's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. The UMW is behind us. The UMW is behind us. We shall not be moved. The UMW is behind us. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. They wrote this song down there when they were moving the miners out of the company houses. And this is interesting. A group of Negro and white miners gathered around some of these houses. So goes the story, and they just started singing this old church song, you know. Jesus is our captain, I shall not be moved. And they just changed the words around a little bit. And they sang, we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be, and they just make up words like this. We're fighting for our union, we shall not be moved. We're fighting for our union, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. We're fighting for a contract. We're fighting for a contract, we shall not be moved. We're fighting for a contract, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. We're fighting for our children. We're fighting for our children, we shall not be moved. We're fighting for our children, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be. Or if you got a boss and you don't like him, you say, oh, the boss is a horse thief, he shall be removed. The boss is a horse thief, he shall be removed, just like the empty bottles on the table. He shall be removed. Or you can say, Tony Boyle is our leader, we shall not be moved. Tony Boyle is our leader, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. What's that? All right. I'll tell you, there's one other great song also from West Virginia. I don't know why half these songs come from West Virginia and the other half come from Kentucky. Maybe that's because where they had the most trouble. But this is a song that comes out of the Kanawha Valley, about 50 years old, written by a fellow named Ralph Chaplin. Was an old wobbly, 1915. Big strike down there, and he was so impressed with the solidarity that the workers showed during the strike. When he went back home, he wrote this song called Solidarity Forever, for the Union makes us strong. It's now the most popular Union song in the United States and Canada, but it comes out of the old coal fields. Now the chorus is very, very simple. I want you all to help me go. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the Union makes us strong. Everybody sing it, very easy. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the Union makes us strong. Now when the Union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? For the Union makes us strong. Everybody sing. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the Union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for Tony, he makes us strong. That's pretty good. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for Tony makes us strong. Woo! I got a request here from your president. He's number one right now. I'm not sure if this is the same song that he's requesting, but it's from the same area. He asked me for a song called Harlan County Boys, but I sing it. Any Harlan County fellas there? Well, I'm going to sing you a song about Harlan County. It comes out of 1930-31. There was a fellow named J.H. Blair there, not a Union man. They used to sing about him, which side are you on? And they used to sing like this. Which side are you on? 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 My daddy was a miner, I'm a miner's son. I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won. Which side are you on? 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 They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair. Which side are you on? Which side? Sing it with me, brother. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Don't stab for the bosses. Don't listen to their lies. Working men don't have a chance unless they organize. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Sing it, brother. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, workers, can you stand it? Tell me if you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Once more, let's hear it. Which side are you on? Which side? I'm going to sing the first verse over because I want all you fellas to help me. My daddy was a miner. I'm a miner's son. I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won. Now sing. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? I tell you, which side are you on? Which side are you on?